Ready, set, hut, hut.
As the hills of West Virginia resound with the sound of Golden Blue football.
Almost heaven, West Virginia.
Now let's bring on the Mountaineers. Goes around about the 15 to 10 to 5. A touchdown, West Virginia. He did it.
He did it. Patrick White. Touchdown, Tay Von Austin.
The Don Nehlen's Mountaineers enjoy walking in where angels fear to tread.
I think you think that these guys are going to fall over dead for you. Well, I got news for you. They're going to punch you right in the mouth. It's Mountaineer pride!
Nothing cheap, nothing dirty, but West Virginia football. West Virginia football.
We've no doubt tonight they shouldn't have played the old Golden Blue. Not this night!
They've done it. They've done it. A perfect season. And the Mountaineers, for the first time in history, undefeated and untied.
Don Nehlen and his Mountaineers, for the second time, have finished a regular season with an unblemished mark.
Ain't no stopping the Golden Blue.
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Welcome back into the Country Roads Webcast. We're providing you West Virginia sports content from Mountaineer fans for Mountaineer fans. Here for the March 18th live stream, and we got some more WVU football recruiting updates to talk about. Yesterday, we talked about a really talented quarterback that's at the top of my wish list right now. Today, we're going to talk about another one that I think would fit really well in Rich Rod's offense. We'll look at his game as well, and then a wide receiver recruit that West Virginia is hot and heavy on. They've warmed up in the recruiting process with him. He's visited WVU, and we'll take a look at his game as well. So a couple things to talk about there as far as football recruiting is concerned. But we also are going to talk a little March Madness because it is that time of year again. And yet again, I've got the Country Roads Webcast Bracket Challenge up and running so that you guys can join in on that. We'll get some info in here on that momentarily. And, of course, the winner of that CRW Bracket Challenge will get 2 months for free of the channel membership here to the CRW, which is pretty awesome. And, of course, you'll see some people in the chat there with the custom helmet badges, which is one benefit of being a channel member, in addition to a ton of bonus WVU sports content that you can get as well. We'll talk about that momentarily. But I want to say thank you for tuning into this one, whether you're watching live or on a playback. Either way, you can help out by hitting that thumbs up button, giving this video a like. Will help it hit that YouTube algorithm so to find other Mountaineer fans like you and me. And be sure you got that subscribe button clicked. That way you can get notified when I go live at times like these. And, of course, you can get our other pre-recorded videos into your feed as well, as we're putting out WVU News Daily every Monday through Friday here on the channel. And hopefully you guys have been tuning into those as I cover all West Virginia sports in addition to just the football and basketball ones that we usually cover here in this live stream. And as is always the case, I welcome your all's thoughts as well, questions, comments, and I'll get to some of those at the end of the show. I'll hit on all of them from channel members. And if you want to make sure yours gets addressed, you can send it as a super chat as well, but I'll try and get to as many as I can there at the end, time permitting. So that's the plan for this one. That's what's on the docket for this show. And with that being said, let's lead it off here with talking about the CRW Bracket Challenge, and I'll probably try and add this in at the end in case some people pop in and don't get the info here at the beginning. But basically, it's on the ESPN Tournament Challenge, which you can do through the ESPN website. You can download the app. I think the app's the easiest way that I found to do it, but I'm going to drop it here in the live chat, the link to the Country Roads Webcast group. It'll be there for you guys that are in here live in the chat, and then I will also put it as the pinned comment for you guys that watch on the playback, and it'll be in the video description, so multiple ways that you can get to it. And basically, just go on there, fill out your bracket, make sure it's in the Country Roads Webcast group. Now, just set your name as, so I know who you are, basically. I think pretty much everyone in there, I know who they are. There's a couple on there that say ESPN fan or something. Just if you can, just hit the little gear beside your bracket name, or it's a little circle, little gear-looking dot thing. Hit that to change the name to, whatever your YouTube name is or something like that, so I know who's who, and that way I can determine whoever wins. And basically how it works is, obviously, if I win or if Steven wins, I don't know if Brad's got in there yet, but if he gets in there as well, if one of us win, it'll be whoever comes in second, third place, however that falls. But basically, the winner will get 2 free months of membership to the channel, which if you don't know, a lot of perks to channel membership here. Of course, priority access in chat and comments. Always try and hit on the chat comments from channel members, plus behind the scenes videos. Plus, when football rolls around, you get player grades after each game, snap counts, film reviews. We do a monthly member hangout stream at the end of each month for the Almost Heaven members, which is the membership you'd be getting. It's the highest level, the Almost Heaven level, which costs about $4.99 per month plus tax. So I'm going to give you 2 months worth. So, after tax, I think it ends up being $12, $13. So somewhere between, $13, $15. I'll send you, and then you can join the channel there for a couple of months for free, essentially, because I have to do it that way and just send you the money to join, because YouTube, unfortunately, doesn't let me just gift a membership to someone. It'd be a lot easier if I was able to do it that way, but that's okay. We'll do it this way. We've done it this way for the past couple years or so. So basically, that's what we got rolling here for March Madness is the Country Roads Webcast Bracket Challenge. Link there to join in the chat here if you're watching live. Link will be in a pinned comment if you're watching this on a playback. Get in there and join up before the brackets tip off tomorrow at noon. That is the deadline once the tournament starts tomorrow at noon. But get in there, set your name as your name here on YouTube, and then that way we can get the winner a couple free months of membership here to the Country Roads Webcast. Always fun, and always enjoy doing the bracket challenge with you guys. And I'll try and hit that update again here at the end. We'll book in the show with it in case some people pop in here late. But with that being said, let's talk a little WVU football recruiting. Yesterday, we showcased Justin Murphy, a really talented 2027 quarterback recruit that is probably at the top of my wish list right now. And then lo and behold, I was able to see another quarterback that West Virginia offered a scholarship to today. And I said, we're going to have to come on here and talk about him, because I looked at a few plays of his highlight tape and was just as impressed. Now, he's not yet been rated. There's a lot of 2027 recruits that have yet to be rated. He's one of those. So we'll end up seeing what his rating ends up being, but got a prototypical size, and he has speed to boot as well, much like Justin Murphy. Justin Murphy may be a tick faster, but when you see this quarterback on film, you're going to be impressed with him, and you'll see why he would be a great fit in a Rich Rod offense as well. And we'll start off with him, and then we have a receiver to talk about also. West Virginia already has one receiver commit in the 2027 class, which if you don't know, let me go ahead and pull up the commits for West Virginia thus far in the 2027 classes. I track this with the recruiting updates here on the Country Roads Webcast, and I have the CRW recruiting tracker, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with, that follow the recruiting updates and the transfer portal updates and all of that good stuff. So thus far in the 2027 class, West Virginia with just a couple of commits, one being defensive lineman DeJour Webb, great size, 6'3", 330, out of Pennsylvania, and wide receiver Roscoe Hayes, 6'6", 180-pound receiver out of Georgia. And the other receiver we're going to talk about here that West Virginia is, heating up with in the recruitment side of things, he's also lengthy at 6'5". So we're going to talk about a quarterback and a receiver. Let's lead off with the QB. You guys know I love talking about the QBs here, the skill position players, and I think that this one would be a great fit for a Rich Rod system. So let's go here and talk a little bit about Andre Phillip. This coming from the WV Rivals and On3 site. As they say, offer came out of nowhere. 2027 quarterback Andre Phillip thought it was just a recruiting check-in with WVU. What changed during the call and why the zone read pitch hit home. You like that zone read pitch for him, and you'll see why it hits home when we pull up the highlight tape here momentarily. But he says here's a quote from Andre Phillip, who is a quarterback out of Texas there, Spring, Texas, Klein Oak High School. He says, after a great conversation and learning more about the program, he officially offered me, talking about Rhett Rodriguez there, the recruiter. And so Andre Phillip, if we take a look here, we'll pull up his profile as he is not yet rated on 247, but we can see here on his social media page, he also announced the offer, so you can tell he's very much excited about it, saying he was blessed to receive another Power 4 offer from West Virginia, who I believe is his second Power 4 offer, as he tags multiple coaches on the staff. I think Iowa State has also offered Andre Phillip the second. So let's pull up his 247 profile, and then I want to show you guys some of his highlights, because I think you guys will like the look of his game and how he could fit into a Rich Rod system, much like we talked about yesterday with the quarterback Justin Murphy. The difference here, Justin Murphy, super high rated in the class. We don't know where Andre Phillip's rating is going to be, but like I said, prototypical size at 6'3", 190 pounds, Elite 11, as you see there on the shirt in the picture. Like I said, not yet rated, but he is from Spring, Texas, so this is a Texas quarterback after we talked about a Georgia quarterback yesterday, and his offer list thus far shows Iowa State, West Virginia, some of the service academies, and Rice. So West Virginia getting in on him early, along with Iowa State being, his two earliest Power 5 offers here in the class, or Power 4 now, I guess I should say, but his earliest Power Conference offers. Let's take a look here at some of his highlights. Work with me here, Huddle. There we go. And right away, I was impressed with this one because right off the bat, you're going to see the zone read that they were talking about there and why it hits home. Zone read with a couple of pullers in front, and watch him hit the burners here. Like I said, not quite as fast as Justin Murphy, but plenty of speed. I think Justin Murphy's a 4.4 guy. Andre Phillip here is a 4.5 guy. I'd be happy if West Virginia landed either one of these quarterbacks, Justin Murphy that we covered yesterday or Andre Phillip that we're taking a look at here. Both, I think, would be good fits in a Rich Rod offense as we take a look at a few plays here from Andre Phillip out of Texas, which both, facing good competition. We saw some Georgia football yesterday, seeing some Texas football here with this highlight tape for Andre Phillip. And watch that. Fake toss and a QB keeper. West Virginia runs that exact play in Rich Rod's scheme, in addition to the zone read that we saw earlier. Yeah, everything else beyond here I haven't seen yet. I just watched the first few plays and was like, okay, that'll work. Here he is scrambling. Look at him. He's got some elusiveness to his game. Maybe a little bit more elusive than the quarterback we watched yesterday, but I think he would be an excellent fit as well. Let's get one more in here. It's a fake. There's a rollout. And with a defender in his face, able to get the ball downfield. Good arm strength there on that one. We may as well check out one more since it's already pulled up. Oh, perfect. We ended on a great quarterback keeper right there. Another play that he would run in a Rich Rod offense. So you can see why I think he looks like a great fit in that Rich Rod scheme and why he's another quarterback that I'm excited about. West Virginia's offered plenty of quarterbacks in that 2027 class, but Justin Murphy that we covered yesterday and Andre Phillip that we took a look at just now are definitely two that are at kind of the top of my wish list currently. But there's another skill position player I want to highlight here in this video as well as we get into talking about some of those. And that's because when I was looking up Andre Phillip and I went and took a look on 247 at some of the recruits West Virginia had offered, they have a tab there, whether you're cool, whether you're warm, whether you're hot. And one of the only offers right now that West Virginia is warm with is a receiver named Brock Burrus, which we can pull up here from Keenan Cummings, who works for that West Virginia Rivals and On3 site. He visited West Virginia earlier this month, and he says the Mountaineers are high on his list right now after the coaches made it clear they don't just want him, they need him. And we get a quote from him here as well. You see the picture with him and the West Virginia wide receivers coach there, Ryan Garrett. When I was around the players, they felt like family, and not just towards me, but towards each other. And this is a wide receiver, Brock Burrus, out of Georgia, Marietta, Georgia there, Kell High School. And as we talked about, West Virginia has a 6'6" wide receiver in the fold. Brock Burrus has great length of his own as well, as we'll pull up his profile, and you can see that listed here, as he is rated already in the 2027 class, and he's a 6'5" receiver. So you can imagine if West Virginia is able to land a commitment from Brock Burrus, then you would have a 6'6" and a 6'5" receiver in tow in your 2027 class, and he's pretty highly rated here. We're talking about a top 75 wide receiver in the country and a top 70 player in the state of Georgia, which of course plays some really good football, and an 88 3-star rating there on 247. His offer list, pretty impressive already. And you see the two teams that are warm on the interest with him are West Virginia and Georgia Tech, but he also has offers from Arizona State, Florida, Kansas State, just to name a few. As we looked at his profile there on 247, let's take a look at his profile here on 3 in Rivals side, and then we'll look at some highlights of Brock Burrus as well, which I haven't looked at yet, so it's going to be a true reaction for me on that. But like we said, 6'5", 180 pounds, Kell High School there in Georgia. Rivals rates him as a 3-star as well. They give him an 85 grade, but they also have him as a top 80 player in Georgia and a top 85 receiver, so rated pretty similarly on both sites there. And of course, the offer list that we talked about, you got SEC schools after him, ACC schools after him. Georgia Tech and West Virginia seem to really be battling for his services right now, as even On3 has them as the two highest rated in the prediction category there. So Brock Burrus is definitely one to keep an eye on, I think. And with that being in mind, let's take a look at some of his highlights as well, as we'll pull up his huddle page. And like I said, I haven't watched these yet, so this will be a true instant reaction here to some of his highlights here of his high school tape. Here he is on the boundary side, bottom of the screen, deep post there. And, oh, man, he's got some speed to go with that length, as he absolutely burnt that corner and houses the first play on the highlight tape. Good stuff there. Here he is again, this time on the outside. Looks like a little 7-on-7 they're playing here. coming over the middle. Oh, and able to split the defenders and get in there. I like that. Here he is back at his high school. Oh, look at that double move. Beautiful route right there that he ran. Absolutely made the defender bite on that double move. That's impressive. You know, I thought we were going to see a lot of jump balls with his height, but, man, he's got good speed to go with that height. I can see why the coaches say they don't just want him, they need him. But there he is, high pointing the football. Not the best throw. It was a little bit underthrown after he'd beat him, and he had to come back for it and high point it, but he made it work. That time, beats a double team downfield. I'm really impressed with the speed that he has to go with his size. I would absolutely love for West Virginia to pick him up and add him as a wide receiver in this 2027 class. Nice little fade route right there, and there he is high pointing the football one more time and going up and getting another one there on that. So there we see some impressive plays from Brock Burrus, the other wide receiver that we wanted to talk about here, as we talked about a couple skill position players here on this stream with the quarterback Andre Phillip and, of course, now the wide receiver Brock Burrus. But that's pretty much all that I had. But, you know, I do want to wrap it up giving you guys another little bit of info on the bracket challenge. But before I do, while we're talking March Madness, why not talk a little bit about a March Madness legend at WVU and a WVU basketball legend in general, as CBS Sports College Basketball shared this feature recently, and it's pretty cool. Of course, Kevin Pittsnoggles, who we're talking about, they say you got Pittsnoggled. Kevin Pittsnoggle once started at WVU and became a March Madness legend. Now he's the principal of a middle school in his hometown, as we know. And here's a little 60-second plus feature on Kevin Pittsnoggle that CBS Sports College Basketball ran.
Hi, I'm Kevin Pittsnoggle. You remember me?
Pittsnoggle. Got it, Mummy. Pittsnoggle has been unconscious in this tournament.
I was very unique in that time frame with tattoos and size and ability to shoot outside. And I was on a team that was pretty good, and it was just lightning in a bottle.
Notice George got Pittsnoggled. You've been Pittsnoggled.
Yeah, I had heard the saying a couple times throughout the crowd here and there. Then the whole senior year became a thing. Look back now, I think NIL would have been a great opportunity for myself.
Nice little Pittsnoggler in the open floor.
My perception of getting Pittsnoggled was when somebody was guarding close and I shot over them with a guy in my face. That was the version of being Pittsnoggled.
Nobody did it better.
Has become a legend.
Currently, I am a principal of a middle school in my hometown. The majority of parents obviously know who I am. Most of the kids don't know. They've heard from people, so they look stuff up now. I get kids randomly come up to me and tell me they looked up my YouTube or Googled my name and found these highlights. So that's pretty cool.
And that's another form of Pittsnoggle.
I don't know that if kids get sent to the principal's office, they get Pittsnoggled, but we have conversations and we try to build relationships to make sure they're being successful.
Good stuff there, and I thought it was pretty cool that CBS Sports shared that feature on Kevin Pittsnoggle. But that's pretty much all I had. If you guys don't got any questions, comments in the chat here, I will get to some of those momentarily that are in there. I see WVU Forest in here, my guy Mountaineers headline, a few of you guys in here. But just one more reminder, if you want to get in on the Country Roads Webcast Bracket Challenge, the link is there in the chat for you guys in the live stream. I know a lot of you guys will probably watch this on the playback, and I will pin a comment with that same link. Be sure to join tonight, join early in the morning, either one, as the tournament kicks off or tips off tomorrow at noon officially, and that's when the thing locks. But get in there, so that way you got a chance to get a couple free months of membership to the Country Roads Webcast channel, which gives you a ton of perks, ton of bonus content. And I think the past couple years that we've done this, the people that I've given the free couple months of membership to have decided to stay on because they've enjoyed that bonus content so much. So hopefully, if you're the winner this time, you will do the same thing. But it is on the ESPN Tournament Challenge app, and it is Country Roads Webcast Group. Like I said, link in the chat. Link will be in the video description and, of course, in a pinned comment as well here on the channel. But that's pretty much what I had. I wanted to highlight that other quarterback offer that I really like for West Virginia in the 2027 class. I think if West Virginia can get either one of those quarterbacks, the one that we covered yesterday in Justin Murphy or the one that we covered today in Andre Phillip, or both, I'd be smitten with both. But I think both are great fits for the Rich Rod offense. And we're going to keep an eye on Brock Burrus as well, as West Virginia's recruitment with him is heating up. And, of course, excited for March Madness, getting set to tip off. And hopefully you guys are getting in on the Country Roads Webcast group, and we can have some fun there, a little competition, and then, of course, the winner getting gifted a couple months of membership here to the channel. So with that being said, let me get some of your all's comments. WVU Forest says, let's go Mountaineers. Always WVU Forest, and glad to see you in here on a live stream. You're always one of the first comments on the pre-recorded video, but glad to see you in here on a live. My guy Mountaineers Headline said, glad I'm not late again. I've been trying to do a better job of putting this out on social media before I go live, and I think it's been helping some people with that because YouTube is terrible with sending notifications sometimes. I know you can have that notification bell clicked, and sometimes they'll notify you after 15 minutes after the live started. I've had that happen with channels that I'm subscribed to as well. Mountaineers Headline says, hopefully it's me this year. I came so close last year but came up short. Yeah, you were right there. You were in the lead for a good portion, and then it dropped out the last couple of weeks, which I think last year's winner, it was pretty cool, decided to, instead of having, because they were already a member, they gifted a 1 month of membership to 2 different people and ended up getting 2 different channel members out of that, which was pretty cool. But I hope if you're up there this year, Mountaineers Headline, hope you win it, man. Hope you win it. And fingers crossed for you, for sure. He says, I hate YouTube so much. Of course, it gives me another ad. Hey, man, I know, but hey, they're helping me pay the bills at least. Help me pay the bills. Help me put food on the table with those ads. That's the plus side of it. I know they can get annoying sometimes. Most of them are skippable at least, but yeah, that's the good side of it for me. At least it's helping me out here as this is part of my full-time job now for sure. But having said that, I do appreciate you guys that tuned in here live. Whether you watch this live or you watch it on a playback, help out by hitting that thumbs up button and be sure you subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate those things. If you didn't get a chance to chat live, throw your thoughts in the comment section. I'll respond there in text form in due time. I always try and respond to all of your all's comments. And like I said, if you weren't in here live, the link for the Country Roads Webcast Bracket Challenge group will be in a pinned comment and in the video description, so be sure to check it out there as well. Appreciate you guys tuning into this one. Be back with another live stream here in the near future. I'm sure we'll have plenty to talk about. Appreciate you guys. As always, I'm Jordan Cruz, and until next time, let's go Mountaineers.